Well, hello. Getting these things started sometimes is difficult. I didn't know I could do a live feed here. I am Wilbur, and I've been invited over to MFA Underground, which I'm glad to be here. And when I saw another member make a live feed, I thought, well, I'll make one too. It'll be a nice way of introduction. Some of you may have heard of me. Some of you may have not. I was a member of the original March for America organization. When it first started, I was actually one of the officers of MFA. And so I'm not going to dwell into all those things. There is a posting that I have right here called The Plastic Guru or something. Anyway, that explains what's going on. That's what went on back then. What I'm telling you today is, first off, I'm testing this medium to make sure it works right. I'm in my office at the house down here in Texas, and today I put up something. The header up here. What I always do when I do a live feed, I try to include an article or something, or a link to an article that pertains to the live feed. But today I went a little different. We publish, the Butcher Shop publishes all over the country and the world, and we've got a couple of series going right now. Now we do normally politics and theories, opinions, stuff like that. But we also, on the weekends, we lighten up and we run series and stories and pieces of books. Like today, we put a segment of my book, Sharing Up. Yeah, but Brother Theo, who's one of my partners and one of the founders of the Butcher Shop, is doing a series of stories about a girl called Woman Who Walks on Stones, which is about an Indian girl who leaves the reservation and goes to Los Angeles because she's disgusted with the reservation. But there's a lot of old Indian mysticism in it, and if you read it, I think that you're going to be very interested. I really appreciate the way you guys all come on. I really do that. If you have any questions, I'm not going to make this a long, boring video. I don't believe in it. I also don't believe in, well, I'm just going to wait for somebody to show up. I just start in. Okay. If you have any questions, just ask me, and if you ask real quick, I'll answer them. If you've got your Sunday going like I do, I'm going to have a wine and cheese this afternoon. And if your Sunday is going like mine will be, you probably don't have time for this kind of nonsense. But I am Wilbur. I'm the one that was called Wilbur. I'm that guy, okay? And I am an op-ed writer, and I have a few subscribers here and there. You will be seeing my op-eds here concerning stuff that you guys are interested in. I would love to get you involved in what we did in Brigham City, Utah in the last year, which was a huge child sex trafficking operation that's basically still going on in parts up there. I tried to give that to MFA when we were there and bring it in, but somebody was too busy to come over. I also tried to, we were going to get involved in the Las Vegas shooting, but there was no interest there. And you've got to understand that Ted and I and some of the other people were covered up in Utah. These people didn't like us. We were getting right in the middle of their business, and they didn't like it. We did win. We caused the Attorney General to stand down in court, and we won. We saved our little girl anyway. Now, we couldn't save everybody, but we did save our little girl, and you see her picture on one of my posts right here. That is my granddaughter, Puck. Her real name is Carrie, and she has a YouTube channel she's developing called Carrie's Kitchen. Innovations for the Diabetic Child. Okay. Well, Wilbur, I will warn the adult and say I am sorry for anything I may have said about you. Well, Carol Lee, I hereby absolve you. Give me 3 Hail Marys and call me in the morning. We're all together now. Don't worry about it. I said some stupid stuff too, but I was just, I'll tell you, we'll go into that just a little bit. I was just as sucked in. If you read the article that I wrote this morning and left here, you will see the true discourse of what really occurred. I just laid everything bare, and it wasn't just a hate Scott thing, or it was, this is what really happened. This is who I really am. This is what I really did. And if you read that, it's very informative, and I think you'll like it. Hi, Diane. I think you guys will enjoy it. I think you'll get, and I will answer questions. If anybody has any questions, ask me right now. about those events back when Scott and I were going at it, I'll give you bold-faced answers. And it's none of this pack your crap or banner. No, you ask me any question, even if it embarrasses me, and I will answer it. Hey, Sammy from Indy, I will answer your questions honestly. So there was a big deal that he went into. Let's go back to a little bit of history about me marrying an underage girl and being a pedophile and everything. I did marry an underage girl. I certainly did. She was 17 years old. I was 20 or 21. We went to Mexico, eloped to Mexico, became Mexican citizens, and I married her. She bore me 2 children, Master Chief Wilbur Witt, my son, and Timothy Witt, my youngest son, who's an air conditioning tech, and then she passed away. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's what really happened. With all the hubbub and being banned, where I couldn't defend myself, I could not tell anybody that. And there were so many groups of ladies that were after him, and they come in like Attila the Hun. If you were trying to stop him too, and you got in the way of these ladies, they just hacked through you to get to them. So the butcher shop developed at that point, and frankly, I didn't have time to mess with him. It was as simple as that. A year or so later, a couple of years later, when we were up in Utah, just by chance, he was always bragging about being a gangster, a member of the Banana family, whatever. So I thought, well, he's over in Vegas and he's a big old gangster. Hey, look, Chuck, over here tracking down these pedophiles in Lindsay Park, shopping for these little girls every night and everything. Why don't you come over here with a couple of your goombas and help us take care of this? Never saw him. Never showed up. Nope. Then when the Las Vegas thing happened, I said to him, I said, hey man, well, we can't get to Vegas right now, but we've got a theory. And the theory goes along about what Scott, the new Scott, Cioni says, that he suspected the bullets were not coming from that direction but another. And all we asked BenSack to do was drag his butt over there, take a number 2 pencil, hey Kenny, and stick it in some of the bullet holes in the pavement. And then tell us the angle. Just tell us the angle and the direction, and we take it from there. Couldn't do it. So at that point, we kind of left it alone. I didn't make peace with him, but I backed off, and I didn't want any more, riffraff or anything like that. He looked like he had a news service going, and I thought, well, I don't hold grudges, and I don't hate people. I'm just going to shoot him a bunch of articles, original articles, not copy and paste, and maybe that'll help his little news service make MFA look a little bit better. Nothing, nada, nope. Next thing I heard, he died, which I really kind of expected. There's several reasons, and I won't bear the man's soul here, but there's several reasons that he probably passed away. Dawn, I naturally sent my condolences to her. When somebody dies, you don't say, yeah, I'm glad he's dead. No, well, I'm sorry he died. Before we got things reconciled, maybe he had more in him. And I was led to believe that she was in control of this organization. So for the last, ever since the day Scott died, I've been feeding articles until yesterday to her, thinking that they were going to help you guys. And she even told me, by way of a private message, I'm going to put this before the board. This was 5 days ago, before the board, and see if they'll accept it. Well, then all of a sudden, Scott, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm going to call him the One. Scott the One. Okay. Scott the One did his little expose video, which somebody took down suspiciously. And I listened to that thing about twice, and I thought, this guy's on the ball. He's on the ball. So I wanted to litmus test it. I asked to join the secret group. Before I could get my next cup of coffee, he had approved me. And that told me that the winds were blowing a little bit different over at the MFA headquarters. At that point, we conversed through private message a couple of times, and to prove my integrity, I told him what my plans were and everything. I sent him now the Tribune is down today. It's probably be down all weekend. It's about once or twice a year they take the paper down. It's just one of the papers I write for, but they take the paper down and they revamp it and fix the software and all that. So it's down right now. Now the other sites are up. That's how I sent you that WordPress site. but I gave them the basic link, which includes something over 450, 460 original articles of original stuff, conspiracy stuff, when we're sitting there holding a bloody head. There's no, we're not lying, there the son of a gun is, that kind of stuff, which I think will work right into what you guys' format is. But the one thing is the Butcher Shop is composed of 8 writers. There's not many writers, and we're not courting large members for a group. Mr. George Rodriguez, who was the special counsel for HUD under President Ronald Reagan. Crystal Lee, my publisher from Houston, who has newspapers, magazines, and everything else. Doc Green, formerly of Raging Elephants Radio, now with American Voice Radio, which I do a segment on Friday at 2 o'clock Texas time. Brother Theo, naturally. Chappie Gypsy Roberts, who is a chaplain with a motorcycle club down in Alvin, Texas. And, of course, my granddaughter, the Puck, who has Carrie's Kitchen. So it's a very tight-knit group. And, well, we throw out stuff every day. Today's Sunday, and I'm off, and I'm just waiting to go down and pick me up some wine for my wine and cheese. And I've already sent out about 20 pages of copy to various publishers today, and this is a light day. This is a light day, so that's the way it works. I'm very happy to be back, and like I said, thank you, Dale. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very happy to be back. Any of you, I want to tell you, we're going to do an absolution here, like they do in church when I used to be religious. Any of you that have said anything to me that you said you shouldn't have said or whatever, I absolve you. We've all been through the fire. We've all made mistakes. We all need to go on together. We can make America great again. And like the Butcher Shop is composed of those 8 writers, we're not all conservative Republicans. I am, of course. But Brother Theo is a liberal Democrat. Born blue, liberal Democrat, psychologist with more degrees than the thermometer, But he is a real liberal, in the vein of John F. Kennedy. He doesn't believe in abortion, but he does believe in food stamps on every plate. He's just one of those guys. Anything bad about you? Wait, hey, I'll tell you what. Now, it's not all blood and bones here. When Scott Bensack made that joke and twisted his mouth up and said, Wilbur, like Mr. Ed, if any of you remember history, you will remember I changed my profile picture on Facebook to Mr. Ed for a while. Just for a while. Now, I'm going to let y'all know something. If you haven't read the article I wrote this morning we put up here, I took a couple of jabs at him. I didn't mind him saying I was a freak or a pedophile when I went into Mexico and married Brenda. But she was 17. Hey, it happens. It's Texas. I was 20, 21. That's it. Going and marrying her in Mexico is the reason when I give speeches in Austin, the co-eds from UT hang around my place when I'm finished because they know there's going to be an after party. Okay, just get over it. But I have a couple of connections, and I can't mention them on the air here because people's careers will be at stake. But I didn't like when he started trying to accuse me of hurting my 5-year-old granddaughter Puck. So we got together and we put Don was always really smart, trying to hack into people's phones, hack into people's computers and get to their bank file kind of. Well, I just opened my phone completely up, got my people, and I let her hack into my iPhone. Okay. Well, when she did, she took home a gift with her to the old hotel room, which was an algorithm that every time Scott got on there and said the word Wilbur, it told his phone in the live feed. And he'd always come back on with that look on his face like this, telling that Facebook had censored him because he's a truther. So we did some underhanded stuff. Now he got us, see, there's tit for tat. He was given a broadcast one day in San Diego from his yacht. Y'all probably saw that. Sitting on the yacht, talking about, he's got this yacht and everything. Well, he was sitting on my son's yacht, is what he was doing. At first we thought he just screwed up and picked the wrong boat to fake a video. But later on it became apparent that was Scott's way of going, touched you. So it wasn't all hate. We're all going to go on together. Everything's going to be good. Y'all share this around. I don't go for views, but a few views wouldn't hurt. And with your permission and indulgence, I will make more of these in the future. I'll be glad to make more of these in the future. I'm always ready to answer questions. I'm always there, there to be for you. I'm running real low on battery power here, so I'm going to go over and out. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.